You can't mess with the king. OMG. Okay, guys, Michael is going to own Leaving Neverland. Okay, he's gonna own Leaving Neverland, and I got the proof to support it. Now, there's a couple of things. Okay, I don't know what's going on with all these sex stories. I mean, there's a guy in Florida, a billionaire in Florida named Jeffrey Epstein, who did a plea deal, and he was supposed to spend 3 years in jail and pay some restitution. And somebody in the Trump administration did something illegal to try to get him out of that plea deal. And he's pleaded guilty of sex with young girls. Then we have the owner of the Patriots, wait a minute, who was caught on video camera, okay, going into a massage parlor and paying for sex, and that's attached to this big, long sex ring with a lot of young girls girls of age, and it's just awful stuff. Then we have R. Kelly, Lord have mercy. There's a warrant out for R. Kelly's arrest, okay? 10 charges of aggregated sexual abuse, okay? Underage girls as well, okay? So there's all kind of sex stuff going on, my God, okay? Any old hoot. Can't mess with the king, okay? Michael Joe Jackson. You can't mess with him. No wonder he ain't been worried about this, okay? Oh my God, I read the confidentiality agreement. It was so good. Yesterday, I didn't see it yesterday, but today I found the confidentiality agreement, and it is so good that I'm going to read you the whole thing. But before I do, I got to give you some highlights so that when I'm reading it, that you guys can be prepared, because this is some good stuff. I mean, you want to talk about genius. You can't mess with the king. No, okay? So anyway, the word perpetual. Oh my God, I gotta read you guys the word perpetual. The definition of perpetual, okay, is continuous, never ends, never changes, okay? That is the language that's in this confidentiality agreement that Michael signed with HBO in 1992 regarding the Live in Bucharest concert from his History tour. Okay, all right, okay. The MJ estate could own very easily. It's in plain language. He's going to own Leaving Neverland. We will never see it. Remember, I've been talking about the word file an emergency injunction? Oh, it's in there. It's in there, okay? Wait, now they said, now this confidentiality agreement will serve as the law when in which there is no adequate remedy at law. So that means that whole you can't defame the dead thing, out the window. Out the window. Out the window. They can't use that as an excuse. This is so good. And then the other language, where he can prevent the dissemination and stop it before it gets published. Ba-bam. Okay? So anyway, guys, I want you guys to read along with me. I'm going to turn my camera around. This is so good. This is better than I could have ever imagined. I hate to be so giggly, but I was reading it and I was going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? Because you guys know that I read the legal documents. I read them all, okay? When they have a public arbitration hearing on this, I'm going. Okay, as long as you guys find out the date, please, everybody help me find out, because I will go, because it will be here in Los Angeles. Okay, at least I believe it's here in Los Angeles. I hope it's not in New York. Ooh, if it's out of state, I can't go. But if it's here in LA, I'm going. Okay, I'm going, right? Now, this has to be handled through arbitration. I read that yesterday when I read the portions of the lawsuit with you guys yesterday, and it must be a retired judge. And the reason why is because a retired judge, he knows the law, he has the experience, he's more versed in the laws, okay? So anyway, let's get to reading the confidentiality agreement. And Michael was notorious for having people sign confidentiality agreements. Now, I must make note that this was in 1992, so this is before the 93 allegations, right? At this time, he was just kind of known as, don't mess with Wacko Jacko. Who Wacko? Huh? Not Jacko. He ain't Wacko. He ain't Jacko, okay? He is a brilliant, can't mess with the king. Okay, so since this was before 92, he didn't know what the future was going to bring. He had no idea. Okay, but he was already being messed with because of the tabloids and the hyperbaric chamber and bubbles and, you know, the lightening of his skin and all that stuff. So he had already had it before. So this is a 1992, July 22nd, 1992 confidentiality agreement that was a part of the HBO agreement to exhibit on HBO Michael Jackson's Live in Bucharest concert, in which it was the highest rating show in the history of HBO. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to turn it around, turn my camera around. We're going to read it together. Okay? All right, guys. Okay, we're going to read this together. Let's see. Maybe I should minimize this just a little bit. Okay? Let's see if I can make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna read it. Okay. So if my eyes are gonna be on the contract, not really on my camera. Okay. Now this is agreement between Home Box Office and TTC Touring Corp, dated as of July 22nd, 1992. Confidentiality provisions. Oh, I hope I should have got a glass of water because it's 3 pages. Okay. Prior to and or during HBO's contact or relationship with licensor, HBO, which shall be deemed to include HBO officers, directors, agents, and employees, may be given access to or become acquainted with performer, that's MJ, and or with confidential information as such termed is defined below, which is of great value to licensor or performer. HBO further acknowledges that the maintaining of the confidentiality of all such confidential information is critically important to licensor and performer, and that HBO's agreement to these confidentiality provisions is a material inducement to licensor in granting the license to HBO, which is the subject of this agreement. Okay? HBO shall not, in any manner, nor at any time during or after HBO's contact or HBO's relationship with licensor and or performer, use or disclose directly or indirectly, even in the course of casual discussions, you can't even talk junk, or to anyone other than representatives of licensor or other persons designated by licensor, any of the following described information. This is called the confidentiality information. Any information, data, documents, and or material of any kind or nature in any way related to performer from any source or for any reason, including without limitation as acquired by HBO in the course of HBO's contact with licensor and performer. Confidential information shall also include, without limitation, any information relating to licensor business affairs or operations, the business affairs, operations, and or personal life of performer, the business affairs, operations, and or private lives of any and all members of the performer's family and or business affairs or operation of any and all entities in which performer has a controlling interest, which information is generally not known to the public. Ooh. Confidential information shall also include, without limitation, any and all photographs, films, video, music, and or other recordings, including negatives, prints, or copies thereof, that thereof, boy, okay, relating to performer or his likeness or any of his corporations and or other entities, comma, and or corporations or other entities doing business or in any way related to performer and or any of his or their activities. Oh, that means every doggone thing, doggone it. Stuff I can't even think of. Is that we mean that too. All such confidential information shall be deemed to be private, secret, and sensitive, and shall be kept confidential and secret unless licensor otherwise advises HBO in writing. In each instance, HBO acknowledges that confidential information may be contained in written material, in written or verbal communications, and or in HBO's unwritten knowledge. They putting it all in there, everything, and the kitchen sink, okay? HBO shall not photograph, tape, or otherwise record the voice or any likeness or activities of performer. So they can't use none of Michael's, none of those pictures. Don't matter who own them, can't use them, okay, without written consent. Any concert performance or other musical performance or of performer or rehearsal thereof, therefore, any activities raised to performer without licensor's written consent in each instance. And HBO acknowledges that any such photograph, tapes, films, or other recordings, if approved in writing, shall be owned by licensor and shall be deemed confidential information. That means anything you got, no matter what, you got to come through us. Period. Okay? Period. Which is good. Okay? HBO shall not, without license or private written consent in each instance, publish directly or indirectly or cause or induce the publication of any confidential information, including without limitations, give any interviews, write or prepare or assist in the preparation of any books, articles, programs, or any other oral or written communication concerning performer or any corporations or entities doing business with or in any way related to performer and or his or their activities. Bam! I still got some more stuff to include in everything. HBO understands and acknowledges that if HBO has any question as to whether a particular place of information is confidential, HBO is obliged to obtain licensor written approval prior to disclosing any such information. That lawsuit show didn't say how in-depth this was. Okay, HBO shall not make any disparaging remarks concerning performer or any of his representatives, agents, or business practices, or do any act that may harm or disparage or cause to lower the esteem, the reputation, the public image of performer or any person, firm, or corporation related to or doing business with performer. But bam! Woo! Okay, you guys hear that? Let's move on. It gets even better. Okay, gets better. Okay, HBO acknowledges and agrees that HBO does not have, nor shall HBO at any time claim any interest whatsoever in the name Michael Jackson or in any name similar thereto, or in any goodwill associated therewith. Okay, that means even Neverland, because that's Michael Jackson's associated with that. Okay, that's why they thought they wasn't gonna use his name. Anything, any name of these thereto, therewith. I love it. Further, any and all confidential information, including without limitation any and all pictures, photographs, tapes, music recordings, records, documents, or other information, information related to any, Oh, let me hit that. Okay, related to any entertainment services or other services performed by the performer or by any other firm or corporation doing business with, and in any way related to performer, whether prepared by HBO or otherwise coming into HBO's possession or control, shall be and remain licensor and or performer sole and exclusive property, free of any claim or interest of any third party, and shall not be removed, reproduced, summarized, copied, excerpted, or utilized in any manner whatsoever without licensor's prior written consent in each instance. Did you guys hear that? In each instance. They can't do nothing. HBO hereby irrevocably, and I love this word, perpetually. I love that word. HBO hereby irrevocably and perpetually assigns to licensor and or performer all rights, title, and interests of every kind of nature, both tangible and intangible, in or arising out of such confidential information or other material which is created by HBO, including, without limitation, any photographs, videos, and or recordings of performer, to the extent that licensor and or performer do not already own such rights. Whoo, they caught. This is over. HBO agrees to immediately return. This is a good part. This is a good part. HBO agrees to immediately return all such confidential information to licensor immediately on discovery of possession thereof or following request therefore by licensor. Give me Leaving Neverland. You owe it to me. You ain't supposed to have this. You ain't supposed to use this. You supposed to ask for my permission. In each instance, you ain't supposed to use no pictures of me. You ain't supposed to use nothing. You ain't supposed to use nothing that I am associated with, period, point blank, full stop, the end. Okay? Let's move on. HBO acknowledges that a breach of the provisions of these confidentiality provisions will cause licensor and or performer irreparable harm for which there is no adequate remedy at law. And therefore, in addition to any and all other rights or remedies available to licensor and or performer, that means that you can't even mess with that, can't defame the dead. Okay, well, we got that in here too. Okay, licensor and or performer shall be entitled to injunctive. Remember, I've been telling you guys about the injunction, right? Entitled to injunctive relief and all other remedies provided in such event by law or equity. Such remedies shall include, without limitation, the right to prevent dissemination. You hear that? Such remedies shall include, without limitation, the right to prevent dissemination of any confidential information before such confidential information is published. Bam! Okay? In any event of any unauthorized publication of confidential information, licensor or performer shall automatically own the copyright thereto. But bam, bam, make you want to get up and dance. Make you want to get up and dance, do the moonwalk. All right, here we go. This is almost the end of it, guys. HBO agrees to indemnify and hold licensor, performer, and or any of its and his corporations or other entities harmless from and against any claim, losses, liability, damages, and or expenses, including without limitation attorney's fees and related costs incurred by the foregoing parties as a result of HBO's breach. They got to pay. They got to pay. Okay, Michael gonna own some of AT&T, Time Warner Media. Okay, he gonna own. They gonna owe him so much they're gonna have to pay him in stock and ownership. Okay, or the breach of HBO's agents, employees, or representatives of any covenant, representations, or warranties contained herein. In the event that either party of this agreement brings an action to enforce the terms of these confidentiality provisions or to declare rights with respect to such provisions, the prevailing party in such action shall be entitled to an award of cost of litigation, including attorney's fees and related costs, to be paid by the losing party in such amount as may be determined by the court having jurisdiction in such action. OMG. OMG. Okay. Here we go. Let's turn my camera around. Come on, camera. I want you to see my face now, because this is some good stuff. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Oh my God. Bam! Okay. He's got him. It's over. It's over. It's over. Michael's going to own Leaving Neverland, and it's never going to be aired. Okay? And nobody can blame it because because once he was exposed in 93 with Jordy Chandler, he created this document. No. This document is July 1992, before the allegations, okay? All right? And how do we know that this wasn't something that he used ever since he became the hugest star in the world in Thriller? He might have been having people sign these confidentiality agreements for a decade prior, right? This is so good. I love the perpetual. Wait, let me tell you how much I love the perpetual. I went ahead and I saved it. I saved the perpetually. I saved it. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, the definition to perpetually. Oh my God. Oh no, Michael's gonna, sorry, that's not enough. Okay, that's not enough. Perpetually, okay, in a way that never ends or changes, constantly. That means even in quote unquote death or death hoax, it don't matter. They covered it all. You can't talk smack about Michael's family, and that includes all HBO and their affiliates. Does that include all of AT&T? Include all of Time Warner Media? Okay? All of them. You shut down. You are shut down, and just hand over Michael the tape and settle before an arbitrator gets it. You're done. You're done. You're done. Okay, and if you want to keep puffing your chest and saying, "Oh, we're gonna air it anyway because you think that you have you can't defame the dead" law, what's the words? It says in which there is no adequate remedy at law. Okay, all right, you can't. This is the agreement, the confidential thereof. Okay, hereunder, therewith, therefore, there so. Okay? All right? So before this is over, Michael Jackson's going to own Leaving Neverland. Wade Robison should be put in jail, and along with Safechuck for extortion. Those lawyers who have devised this blackmailing scheme, they need to be disbarred, because this was nothing but blackmail. When they released that document, okay, that documentary at Sundance, that was a warning for them to settle. And it was a threat, and it is extortion, okay? And I believe that all these media companies, we got a 60-minute something coming out in Australia, and then we got some other show coming out that are like auxiliary of Leaving Neverland, and there's more liars coming out right now, more of them coming out right now, because of their people that testified in the 2005 trial that the jury didn't believe, okay? The stupid maid. Okay, she said kids got to change out of the swimming trunks. Where do you put your wet swimming clothes when you change out of them? You leave them in the bathroom. You leave them on the floor. You hang them up on a hook. But she wanted to make that into something salacious. And Vaseline, that's Liz Taylor. Okay, and this Michael Jacobs Hagen, oh, he's horrible. Okay, he's already forged all these notes. So then he went and bought a used book, Boys Will Be Boys, which is not child pornography, that Michael had, and he's gonna forge Michael's signature in a book and go on TV and say Michael gave him the book. Okay, this guy is lying. Okay, He already knows how to forge because Daphne Barak did an interview with him before where he didn't bring up the book. I didn't hear anything about the book back then. Okay, and he said that Michael never molested him. He was bugging me, calling me, contacting me, wanting me to interview him. Okay, and told me Michael never molested him. Michael was always good to him. But now he wants to say that Michael gave him a book of nude boys, which you can buy on Amazon. And anybody that wants to judge Michael about that book, let me tell you, I had a friend that was gay. She was a lesbian. She was my friend. Okay? She gave me a book, beautiful black and white photo poses of women with women. I have that book in my possession, naked women. Okay? It's legal. She bought it legally. It's adults, right? I had it in my house. I'm not gay. Okay, so just because you have a book of something doesn't mean you are gay or doesn't mean you're a child molester. Okay, Michael had over 10,000 books. I've heard all the way up to 750,000 books. So many books you couldn't count. Okay, and they found 2 or 3 books that they were like, ooh, but then none of them were child pornography, because if they were, they would have arrested Michael, and they would have had him register as a sex offender. No child pornography, so don't get caught up in some books, because I'm sure we all have some books somewhere that people can go, ooh, I wonder if you're gay because you got a picture of a naked woman in your house, or you got a Roman statue, with the naked and the penis out. Ooh, you could be gay. Isn't there a big old fancy statue somewhere with some kind of Greek god or some famous person with his little penis sticking out? Okay, you could have pictures of Africans that are naked in your house, okay, who don't believe in, covering up your body, okay? Women, cultures are different, people are different. Doesn't mean that it's classified as child pornography. Okay, so we got the whole type, but guys, this is so good. I hope you enjoyed me reading that as much as I enjoyed reading it. All legal documents aren't terrible, right? So anyway, guys, that was really, really good. Okay. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to try to take some, that tiny penis. Who is that? Is some statue of some famous Greek something or some famous person. Okay. Let me see. Let's see if there's any. I'll look here and see if there is any questions here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. This was so good. Mission accomplished. I can't see how they're going to get out of it. I really can't. I mean, that's ironclad, if I've ever read Ironclad. Okay, let's see. I sure did say that, didn't I? The contract is so good, isn't it? Bam, literally. Okay, dancing. All right, so you're dancing, huh, Jody? It's good. HBO is so dead wrong. Who remembers it's Black History Month and this is going on? Well, Michael, go ahead. Get it done before Black History Month is over. This is going to destroy HBO. It sure is. Okay, is this limited to just HBO, or does this stand for all outlets wanting to air this? Just any HBO and their entities. Okay, so I believe that would include all Time Warner Media and also include all AT&T Media, because they're all one company now. Okay, the contract is so rock solid. Michael covered all the bases. He sure did. No wonder Peter didn't seem too worried. So now we know. Right? That's why he's a hoarder. That's why he has all these contracts. He might even have the receipt of when Safechuck and him went to the jewelry store. He might have a receipt for jewelry for his mother or Liz Taylor. Or maybe he's just getting a battery for his watch fixed. Right? Maybe he wanted to buy himself some, or maybe he had a lady friend he was buying jewelry from. So what do he look like fitting a ring for a little kid in a jewelry store? Come on now. Come on. Okay. Let's see. No wonder Peter did. Yeah, I know, huh, Teresa? They forgetting that the Jackson fans are learned people. We are lawyers. We're surgeons, philosophers, etc. You can't beat us, and we will fight this. That's it. Michael Jackson fans, I have long respect for you guys. Back in 2005, and then I started researching. I was like, oh, Michael's fans are smart. They know everything. You better make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, right? And that's why in all my 3 documentaries and 254 minutes, the only thing that somebody can complain about is one wrong adjective. The rest of the complaints are hogwash. Okay, I can explain out of all those. It's just nitpicking. It don't matter. But one adjective. Okay. Oh my God, HBO should really give MJ all the companies. They're in so much trouble because it started an avalanche of bad negative press for Michael, and it's due to these lawyers because they are ruthless. Okay, these lawyers are ruthless. And they're the ones that are behind all this. The appeal, you better just stop now because it was blackmail. Airing it at Sundance first as a late entry because it was always going to air on HBO because Dan Reed had a deal with HBO. Okay, so they decided at the last minute, well, we want to make sure we give them a chance to pay us to settle out of court, so let's do it in a small audience at Sundance. So it's like a threat. Like a threat. Okay, that's what that was about. Okay, this is great news. Smile from ear to ear right now. I read it. Okay, you guys read it with me. Okay, HBO should say sorry. They got way more to do than sorry. What about Channel 4 in Britain? Does it stop? All HBO owns Leaving Neverland. Okay, because Dan Reed has a contract with HBO, so it can't air anywhere. Michael will own the copyright to Leaving Neverland. It can't air anywhere. Okay, HBO lawyers right now are trying to go through that confidentiality agreement and find something, right? And perpetual, I love that word, perpetually, okay, in a way that never ends or changes. I love that word. Okay, yeah, it includes anything with Leaving Neverland, anything. This is good. You tickle me, Pearl. Aw, thank you, Teresa. Does this just stop HBO or does it stop all channels? All channels. Okay, Leaving Neverland. Okay, Leaving Neverland is regarding Leaving Neverland, that documentary. Okay, they should have to pay the estate. Oh, they're going to pay so much money. Like I said, Michael is going to own. They're going to owe so much money that they're going to offer it to him in stock. Okay, I mean, this is bad. This is horrible. Okay, good wins over evil every time. Wade is done. Perpetual Peter Pan. Yes. What is HBO thinking? I don't know. They must have forgotten. But he said that the vice president who signed off with Dan Reed was a part of the VP status back in '92. Okay, remember the lawsuit said that, right? That I went through yesterday. They're stupid, right? Put Wade and Safechuck in jail and cell together so they can tell their lies to each other. Absolutely. Okay, this was an extortion attempt of great proportions. Michael helps children. Okay, children love Michael. Okay, and Michael loved children. You know what? I can say this. I could sleep in the bed with 20 kids every night for the rest of my life and never, ever, 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 ever have an inkling to have sex with them. Never. Because if you don't think of them as sexual objects, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Only people that believe that they can't sleep in the bed without a kid without fondling them, those are the people that are guilty of child molestation or thinking of kids as sexual objects. I don't. Never, ever. Okay? Because kids are not sex. Okay? And that's how Michael felt. He said he slit his wrist before he harmed a child. It's not sexual. He said it's nothing to have to do with sex. It's about loving kids and showing them love so they grow up and be better adults. But it didn't work, Michael. Because there's so many outside elements. Look, you showed love to Wade and his family. His whole family. You sponsored them to come out here from Australia. And you brought them in your home. Even the grandparents, you paid for them to come out too. You got Wade a ticket to his choreography to let him be known and safe. This is awful. This is awful. Money. Michael even said once that nice people will act a fool when it comes down to money. Thank God I don't just buy things, and I'm just not interested in things. The stuff I like, I $100,000 a year salary can do it. And I'd be happy. Right? Right? I'm just not money hungry. Okay, I'm just not money hungry, but some people are. Some people are. A lot of people are. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, there's sexual fantasy. Absolutely. Man, the biggest man ever to walk the earth after Jesus Christ. You can't beat this man dead or alive, heaven or hell, earth or space. He is not in our league. He is a super being. You're right. You're right. Michael is something else. I mean, my God, Pearl, you are always on your game. I try to be. Okay, let's see. Let me bring. Oh, one of them didn't do. They won't try it because people are canceling, and unless it is a pay-per-view, it would be lucrative and not to surpass 100 million. They can't air it. Michael's gonna own Leaving Neverland. I read it. I read you guys it. You right? It says, I take ownership. It says prevent dissemination before publishing it, and that he will own it. Okay. Yes. His tiny. Oh yeah, that statue. Right. That's out there. I enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. The statue of David. That's what it is. Who told me that? Thank you, Tina. Yep. It's out in the public. Okay, so everybody that goes and visits the statue of every man that sees the statue of David and the penis, they're all gay. Matter of fact, they want to have sex with the statue. How about that? Okay. Pearl, why did HBO do it in the first place? Because they were desperate. I think I went over that yesterday. And the lawsuit, what the estate is saying, that their business model is not making them any money anymore, so they got desperate. And they decided to roll the dice. And didn't bother to look at old contracts that they had with Michael. Didn't bother. Okay? Didn't care. Okay, they thought that you can't defame the dead law was going to protect him. And there's laws in 7 states, including Utah. Okay, so you think, I wonder if they're going to sue Utah. That's always, because if Michael's not dead, you might not want to sue for that. But you can defame, but you can sue for defamation, period. Yeah, they might get Sundance. They need to do it hard. You need to do it hard. You can sue Sundance for defamation because it doesn't matter if he's dead or alive. So you can sue Sundance. You sure can. Okay, I hope they do. You gotta hit them so hard that they stop messing with you, Michael. This is the opportunity. This is the chance. This is the time. You gotta hit them hard. So you think it's over now? Yeah, I do. After reading that, it was in plain English. Plain, okay? If they already knew about the existence of the contract, who knows? Okay? Michelangelo's David, that's the statue. Yep. Michelangelo's David. That's right. Thank you so much, Nikki Waters. Hopefully this means it's over. Well, let's see. If they want to fight it, if they want to think they big shot and they want to fight it, let them fight it. Okay? But the confidentiality agreement is going to win in the end, because I read it to you guys. HBO's going down. Yes, I think so. It's ironclad unless they're stupid. Yeah, they are stupid. Okay, HBO didn't think they dig back that far. Nope. Michael, King of Pop. That's Michael. Can't mess with the king. That's right. Hit him where it hurts. And the only way it hurts is money. What happened if they move forward anyway? Then they just owe more money. That's all. Sundance was a trial run. That's right. It sure was. Pearl, and I bet you that standing ovation was staged. Okay, Pearl, I'd never caught the adjective, because you're a professional regardless. It doesn't affect the content. It's one word out of probably, I don't know, 10,000 words in my trilogy, and it's immaterial. It doesn't matter. It's an adjective. It's a description of something. It doesn't even matter. Okay. I've never caught. Okay. Thanks, Pearl, for the great read. You're welcome. I did okay on that. HBO's going down. We love you, Michael. HBO should go non-existent. Yes. Yeah, it will, just like hard copy. Anybody that messes with Diane Diamond, whenever she's around, there's going to be a problem and there's going to be a loss. And just like she was in that ABC documentary where they thought they could just use Michael's music and call fair use, that wasn't fair use. I studied fair use because my documentaries are fair use. Okay, I got lots of Michael's music in mind because I'm explaining how he used his music to tell us he was faking his death. You see? So that's transformative. Okay, it's an investigative report to where that documentary was nothing but a bio. Okay, it didn't prove anything. Okay, Diane Diamond was a part of that bio going down. Diane Diamond was in one of these HBO specials. I saw her ugly face somewhere. Okay, and they're going down. Diane Diamond, you lost again. Okay, yeah, it will create a domino effect. They will have to pull the plug on it. They sure will. Michael needs to make sure to destroy Leaving Neverland. That's exactly right. HBO may become MJJ. That's right. God, thank you, Peter Pan 1. Let's see. Yes, children, right? Society is twisted. Okay, guys. Okay, Michael is innocent. Exactly. Yes. My son wants to sleep with me all the time. He's my baby. He said it feels safe with me. And remember that Safe Chuck, I'm glad I read that comment. Safe Chuck said that going to Michael's house was a safe haven? Whoa. Michael is molesting you and you called it a safe haven? Come on, guys. And then he kind of said something about Michael had recorded a tape and then it was all fun. And then Michael said, oh, let me record over it. Record over it with what? I mean, it's just so ridiculous, okay? You always make my day, Pearl. I love you. Bring the greatest news to us all. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to. That's my birthday. Somebody said that's my birthday. Well, that's my birthday gift for no airing of Leaving Neverland, March 5th. Happy birthday. People who think that way are messed up. Yes. Michael, I love you. I love you. Yes, money's the root of all evil. So I got to go, guys. I've been on here so long. Money triggers bad things. That is so true. No one can take you down. So now we need Wade to take down the fraudulent charity website. Absolutely. Flagship Entertainment. I don't know what all this is. Entertainment, Walter Tower, Turner, New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers, Animation Group, AT&T. Oh, yeah, all the ownerships of that. Entities thereof. I love thereof. Okay, I hope the Jacksons have a bona fide with that piece of trash. Money. Sundance knew ahead of time what they were doing. I don't know if Sundance knew, but HBO knew. Okay, because they did that other special with Michael. It's a very company that he signed a confidentiality agreement. And believe me, before he signed it, before HBO signed it, they made sure that their lawyers went through it. And they wanted Michael's live in Bucharest so bad that they signed that thing. Okay, Utah has a law where it's illegal to defame the dead, so they're going to get it. Okay, well, the defamation doesn't exclude the dead. I think that's more the way it goes. That even if you're dead, you can't defame them. And Michael's not dead, but it doesn't matter. Thanks for the notification. Let's see what song Michael Jackson sang called "Money." Okay, got to listen to this threatened music because he's the living dead. So appreciative of you and your investigative work. I missed out a lot, but I know I can depend on you to keep us all informed and up to date. Let's see. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, I love you guys. And Pearl, when Michael comes back, if he comes back, he needs to make you his personal author and writer in regards to information about him. He told me one time, he said, you're in school. And I took that seriously. I remember things and I study and I find everything about him interesting. I don't get bored, so I should be his advisor. Which I am already, but he's got to learn, that I am in his corner no matter what. Let's see. And these haters, they're just so stupid. Okay. I got a band's news video later tonight. Okay, Tina. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you guys so much. And, I can't predict the future, but I believe that confidentiality agreement is ironclad and it's clear as can be. Also, Mickey Howard, Brandon Howard's mama, she said she signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, aka confidentiality agreement. See, it extends beyond death. Okay, anyway. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Oh, of course, don't forget to get your live trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries available on Amazon.com. Okay, so I can afford to do more. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.